Before Christmas break, we talked about probability, and today we're going to talk about probability again, just a little quick review since it's been a while, and odds. Let's do a quick review of probability. Remember, the actual formula for probability is the number of ways E can occur over the total number of possible outcomes. What we need to think about is the top is what you want. The bottom is what you could get. So here's a question. What is the probability of pulling a red marble out of a bag with 7 red, 2 green, and 2 blue marbles? So probability, let me get my pen working. Probability equals what we want. The number of ways E can occur, what that means is what we want. Well, we want a red marble. There are 7 red marbles, so 7 goes on top. The bottom is what we could get. Well, the bag has a total of 7 plus 2 plus 2. So that's 11. So the probability of pulling a red marble out of a bag with 7 red, 2 green, 2 blue marbles, the probability is 7 over 11. If that fraction could reduce, I would need to reduce it, but since I can't, that's the answer. So probability is what you want over what you could get. So the probability is the likelihood that something is going to happen when compared to all of the possible results. Okay? Now, odds are the chance or likelihood that an event will happen when compared to all the possible ways that it will not happen. So probability is what you want over the total, over what you could get. Odds are the number of what you want over what you don't want. So the number of ways E can occur over the number of ways E cannot occur. So let's look at the same question that we had before, but in this case we're talking about the odds. So remember, the odds are compared to what you don't want. Probability is compared to the total. So what are the odds of pulling a red marble out of a bag with 7 red, 2 green, 2 blue? So our top number for odds is what we want. I still want a red, so I can have any of those marbles, any 7 of those marbles will be red. So what I want is 7. Now, instead of putting the total on the bottom, we want to talk about what's not red. I have 2 green and I have 2 blue, which means there are 4 that I don't want. So the odds of pulling a red marble are 7 out of 4. Probability is over the total. Odds is over what you don't want. All right, let's look at this problem. Find the probability and the odds of rolling a 3 on a standard 6-side die. So remember, probability, oh, my pen's not working. Here we go. Probability is what we want over the total. Odds are what we want over what we do not want, okay? So let's do probability first. Probability of rolling a 3 on a standard 6-side die. So what I want a 3. Well, on a standard dice, there's only one side that has a 3, but the total options are 6. So the probability is 1/6, or 1 out of 6. The odds, my want is still the same. There's only one side that has a 3. However, I do not want to roll a 1, a 2, a 4, a 5, or a 6. So that gives me 5 options that I do not want. So the odds are 1 out of 5. The probability is 1 out of 6. So just remember, probability is what you want over the total outcome. The odds are what you want over what you do not want. Let's work through a couple of examples together. So the first question that I want us to look at says, a set of double 6 dominoes has 28 dominoes. If you draw one domino, what is the probability that you will draw the double 6? So a double 6 domino is just the 6 on both sides, 6, 6, right? There's a total of 28 dominoes, and we're asked to find the probability. And probability is what we want over the total. So probability is what we want over the total. So what we want is the double 6, and in a set of dominoes, there's only one of every domino. So what I want, there's only one option. Because it's probability, it's over the total. So the probability of drawing the double 6 in this set of dominoes is 1 over 28. And that's it. The next question is based on the same one. It says, what are the odds in favor of you drawing a double 6? So if it's in favor of, that means you want it. The next problem says not in favor, I think of. So odds is what we want over what we don't want. So what we want is the double 6, and there's still only one option. In this set of dominoes where there's 28, if one of them is the double 6, that means there are 27 that are not the double 6, and that means my odds are 1 in 27. So pay attention when you have some word problems like this, because this is what are the odds against you drawing the double 6. So against you drawing the double 6 means you draw anything but the double 6. So it's the odds, so it's what I want over what I don't want. And if I don't want the double 6, then that means there are 27 options that are not the double 6. Then what I don't want in this case, because of that wording against you, is the double 6, and there's only one of those. So the odds against drawing a double 6 is 27 over 1. And sometimes word problems don't really require much work, they just require thinking. So let's look at this problem. It says, if a game states that there is one winning piece, and the odds of winning are 1 out of 5,000, how many total pieces are there? So the numbers we have are 1 and 5,000. And now we have to figure out what to do with these. Now, it's asking me for the odds. And remember, odds are what you want over what you don't want. I want the one winning one. I don't want the 5,000 non-winning ones. If there's one winning one and 5,000 non-winning ones, that means there are 5,001 total options. So sometimes you have to just kind of read it, well, not sometimes, read it first, and then sit and figure out what it's actually asking you about before you start working. So what you need to remember is the probability is the number of ways E can occur over the total possible outcomes. So basically what you want over what you could get, or over the total of what you could get. Odds is what you want over what you don't want. Your homework is an online quiz that is linked the same place that you got this. If you have any questions, shoot me a text.